I posted a video a few days ago asking why is my oil pressure gauge doing these funny things? And I thought, okay, let me make a video and hopefully one of my subscribers can, give me an idea as to what this could be. The first thing that one of my subscribers said was, have you changed your oil pressure sensor? Here it is. 130 bucks Canadian, probably 100 USD. It's not that expensive. It's a very cheap fix, and hopefully this resolves the issue. Now the part number is 4921517. Luckily they had it. Now I'm having an issue in finding a socket. The socket size is a 1 1/16 socket size, deep socket. I've been to 2 different stores and I couldn't find one except for an impact socket. Now this is thicker than usual, than your normal socket. So this might give me a few problems making it fit. I'm not sure if it fits yet, but I doubt it. I doubt it'll fit. I'm gonna have to get a regular socket, and even with a regular socket, it seems like I'm gonna have a little bit of difficulties trying to get this out. As you'll see in the next scene. Here we are on the driver's side of the engine. Make sure you turn your wheel so you can have a little bit of room to stand in here. We might have to remove a bolt. One of those bolts are that one right there. We might have to remove it in order to get to the sensor. So far, what I have removed is this plastic covering. I've had to break off the sensor in order to get to the socket itself. It's going to be a little bit tight. It's going to be an issue here. To my surprise, the socket fits perfectly. All you need is an extension and your ratchet. It didn't take much effort for the sensor to loosen up. It was fairly easy. After all, it is a sensor. You don't need to over tighten these sensors. So it's coming off fairly easy now. Since I broke off the sensor on purpose, I still need to disconnect the piece from this connector. It's proving to be a little bit difficult. It's stuck. I'm gonna get my pliers to get this out. I gotta go get a replacement pigtail connector. It seemed like it broke. Those things are plastic, and since they're attached to the engine, they get so hot and then they get brittle. They get hot, cold, hot, cold. They get brittle, they weaken, and then they break once you touch them. There is a little tab that you're supposed to press and then pull. That little tab broke. So I gotta get a pigtail connector, and that will also eliminate any chance that it could be a connection problem as well. I doubt it's a connection problem, but you just never know. When you replace this sensor, I would also replace the pigtail. Bad news, they don't carry any pigtail connectors. This connector, where I buy my international parts, they do carry the sensor, but they don't carry this connector. I'm gonna have to order it online. In the meantime, I'm gonna see if I can get a flathead screwdriver in there and maybe try and slide this out. I had to pry this open and it broke off, obviously. This little tab is broken, and then the little cover up here is broken. I gotta change this. I think I'm gonna tape the little cover on top of here and just tape it around a few times and it will hold. So over here you want to verify that the sensors are exactly the same and they look like they are. The new sensor already has an O-ring, so you don't have to worry about the O-ring on the new sensor. have a look at what's inside the sensor. Look at that, you can see some electronic components. Here's the sensor on the inside. So I'm gonna go ahead and put in the new one, connect the new one, and let's see what happens. Okay, so I ran into a problem. This bolt will definitely have to come out in order for me to fit the socket into the sensor. See how tight that is? The socket's not gonna fit in there. It's very tight in there, so I'm gonna get a wrench and just take this bolt out. A 5/8 wrench removes this bolt. Once you spin it a couple times with your wrench, it comes off fairly easy. Now I have enough room in there to get the socket in there. Yep, it worked. You just have to wiggle it a bit. Put back the bolt before you connect, because I think that if you connect it first and then you try to put the bolt, I don't know if it'll go. I got this connector all taped up now. I went around it quite a few times. In order to make this connector fit back in there, I had to remove this lock-in washer from this bolt so it can go in literally the thickness of this washer that much further in, just so it can slide in. I tried and tried and tried to make it fit. It wouldn't fit in with that washer. So I just took it off and I tightened it enough. It should be all right. Now it's in. And I'm gonna lock it in place. Now let's see if the oil pressure gauge is working again. So it looks like the oil pressure sensor was the culprit of the gauge going crazy on me. Thank you so much for the suggestions. It looks like that was the fix. As for the pigtail connector, I'm gonna order that right now and probably get it in a week or so. In the meantime, I have to wave goodbye and ask you to please hit thumbs up. I thought it was going to be 15 minutes, but it took a good 4 hours, 5 hours maybe. And I know a mechanic probably would have done it in 2 hours, but those guys have the right tools, they have the knowledge, the experience, and yeah, they do charge $120 an hour, $100 an hour. Perhaps I saved myself $200 by doing this myself. So again, thank you for the comments, thank you for the subscribers. I would appreciate it if you guys hit the thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.